Looking at our world from a theological perspective. This is the Theology Central Podcast, making theology central.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday, October the 15th, 2023. It is currently 5:01 p.m. Central Time, and I am coming to you live from the Theology Central studio located right here in Abilene, Texas. Now, what I should be doing right now is getting ready to get in my car to drive to Victory Baptist Church so that I can stand behind the pulpit and preach, well, from Ezekiel chapter 38, because that's where we needed to be. We spent 2 hours on Ezekiel 37 this morning. Tonight was supposed to be 38, but everything went horribly wrong. The first hour this morning went very well. I thought the teaching was halfway okay. I thought it was beneficial. I thought we did a good job dealing with some hermeneutical issues related to Ezekiel 37 through 39. I thought we did a very good observational exercise of Ezekiel 37, and we weren't quite done with that, and I was ready for the second hour. But right before I got ready to go live for the second hour, my PC told me it needed to run an update, and I ran the update. And after I ran the update, it would no longer recognize the existence of my microphone. It basically acted as if it did not exist. So I sat there, standing in front of everyone, just kept messing with it, man. Finally, I just had to close the computer down, set it aside, pick up my Bible, and do what I could for the remaining time. It was frustrating because I knew that I was sitting there teaching, and none of it could even be recorded because the computer would not it would be one thing if I couldn't just simply live stream. That would be frustrating, but at least I would have the recording. I couldn't even have the recording. So there was literally nothing I could do. At that point in time, I could have probably taken the computer back to the sound booth, hook it up the old way, and try to get the settings right. But that would have taken another 15 minutes to get it set up. So there was literally nothing I could do at that moment. I had to just teach without being able to record it, broadcast it, or do anything. So then I'm like, okay, well, it's Sunday afternoon. My thinking is I'm going to come home. It's going to be frustrating because there's other things I want to do, other things I need to do. But it'll take 10, 15 minutes. It's got to be an easy fix. It's got to be. Well, that easy fix, it's really not even resolved, and it's now 5 p.m. What we are doing is in the middle of trying to fix it. So basically, I came home just to continue the story, and I'm like, okay, I'll do the basic things, right? I'll plug in for those who don't know, we use a wireless mic, right? So there's a little lapel mic that clips to my shirt, and then it's wireless, right? There's a little thing that connects to the bottom of it, has an antenna, right? It's kind of it kind of broadcasts the signal, and then the little receiver, it's very small, fits in the palm of your hand. It just plugs into the USB port of your computer. Well, as you know, most USB ports on your computers now, they're not the normal USB size. They're USB-C, I think they're called. They're small. So you have to always have that device you want to plug into your computer is typically USB. You need some kind of connector, adapter that will go from USB to what I guess you call USB-C. Some call it USB 3.0. I don't know all the technological terms, but you need this dongle, this adapter. So you plug that adapter into the computer, everything's good. Well, it would not recognize the microphone. It would not recognize the microphone. So I did everything you're supposed to do. Unplug, plug back in, shut the computer down, restart the computer, go to device manager, try to find the device. And then it's telling me it's a error message 43. It won't recognize the device. So then I do uninstall, reinstall. I do everything, dismiss it, find it, run update, try everything I know to do. I try everything. I even ran a complete firmware update on the computer, and no matter what, it would not recognize the device, even after it's been using the device for almost a year. Never a problem, never even an issue. So I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I'm thinking, man, either the computer is messed up or the microphone's messed up. I've got to try to go through a process of elimination to figure out what the problem is. I'm like, I know what I'll do. I got the MacBook here. So I took the microphone, hooked it up to the MacBook using the same adapter that goes from basically the little receiver of the microphone to the dongle into the MacBook. And guess what? The MacBook would not recognize it. And I'm like, oh, I know what's wrong. That's a Dell adapter. MacBook doesn't work. Apple devices don't work well with other things. Give me the Apple dongle that goes from USB to USB-C. All right. I plugged it in. Boom! It recognizes the device. And I'm like, yeah. But then I start changing all the settings on the MacBook, trying to get it to work. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. I'm going to mess everything. I'm like, you know what? Step back. So after a little bit of time, it became obvious what the problem was. The Dell USB to USB-C adapter has obviously gone bad. There's something wrong with it. It's been corrupted. And anything plugged into it, the computer will not recognize. There's something has happened to the dongle. So what we're going to do is we just ordered it maybe 10 minutes ago. We ordered a new dongle. It should be here Tuesday. And we'll start doing some tests on Tuesday to see if that fixes the problem. In the meantime, because I messed up everything for the podcast, I unplugged the microphones. I unplugged everything. I changed settings. So I knew, as much as I wanted to just take a break, what I needed to do was plug and hook everything back up for the podcast, do a quick broadcast to see if everything sounds normal. Now, I haven't listened to anything yet, but I'm hoping everything sounds okay. So I'm going to look over here. I didn't mess with the volume settings on the OBS software, so we should be sounding the same on the Sermons 2.0 and the Church One app. We should be sounding the same. On the Spreaker app, well, I have no control over the volume. So it's using the system volume. And if I go to the system volume, it should be, well, if I can get it to work correctly, it should be at 19, and it is at 19. So everything should be okay. Okay. Someone says they don't have their headphones. That's how they typically listen. But they're telling me they think it sounds the same. They think. I don't know if that's I don't know if I should take great comfort in that. I don't know if I should be greatly skeptical of that. I don't know. Someone says it sounds good to me, and I heard the intro music. Okay, that's positive. They heard intro music. So, all right, I gotta think it sounds the same. They think, and it sounds good. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with at this point, I don't really care. No, I do care because obviously I need to take a break because I'm tired of doing this. No, thank you both. That's very helpful. Okay, good. Okay, true. All right. So the person who says they think it sounds good says it does sound good, but I would be much more confident if I had the headphones. Well, keep up with your headphones. Don't get so distracted. And then you would have your headphones when an emergency breaks out, like right now. But, there we go. All right. I'm just messing with you. Please, nobody get mad at me. Just trying to have a little fun since everything's been so bad. Okay. All right. So I think everything is good. I haven't even listened yet. So I'm going to go listen. Here we go. I'm afraid to listen. I'm opening up the Church One app. Here we go. Just messing with you. Please, nobody get mad at me. Okay. Just trying to have a little fun since everything's been so bad. Okay. I'm listening to myself be dramatic. Everything is good. I haven't even listened yet. Okay. That sounds fine. All right. Everything's back. Everything is good. So when we get the USB to USB-C dongle, we will then set up, we're supposed to get here Tuesday. If we got the black one, the one that we have been using, that would be Wednesday. So we had to get the white one. I don't care the color of the thing. I don't care if it's purple, green. I don't care. But when it gets here on Tuesday, then we'll have time to test it and see if we can get back at least to the quality of recording that we have been providing. I'm still not, I wasn't super happy with the others. I'm just not super happy with the wireless microphone system for recording. I'm just not. It's convenient. It's easy, but obviously you can hear the difference between a podcasting microphone, like right this, versus a wireless microphone. It's maddening. But the only way I'd have to get a wired microphone put right there at the pulpit, and then I would have to stand at the pulpit. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, when I preach and teach, I walk like 50 miles in a sermon. I walk everywhere. And now the current lapel mic actually limits me because I can't walk too far away, or it does this. It'll start getting all staticky. So I have to stay. I can only walk from, east to west. I cannot walk north to south. I can only go left to right. I can't walk forward. Usually I would walk all the way down the center aisle, all the way to the back pew, and then all the way back to the front pew. But I can't do that anymore. So I'm already restricted. But there's no way I could preach and teach with a microphone just right there at the pulpit. I would lose my mind. Okay. I need a wireless mic. Just wish there was a good one that sounded so much better than what we have. It would be great if we could find one. But for the price we're paying, I think it works pretty good. But hopefully, so what we'll do on Tuesday, I'll need you to compare previous sermon messages preached at the church to what happens on Tuesday. But hopefully it gets here at a decent time. We can get everything set up and we can get the problem resolved. But at least the podcasting setup is okay. That's the only problem. I knew I needed to test the other one on the Mac just to at least see if it was being recognized. So we know it's not the mic. After hours of process of elimination, it's the dongle, and it's going to be replaced. Hopefully, as soon as it's replaced, it will be okay. We used a different one. I don't even know where I took the thing. I threw it across the room. It has, was it called True? I don't remember what it's called, but it has multiple USB inputs and an HDMI input. That one caused some static when we did a test, but the main thing it did, Spreaker would not work with it. Spreaker just refused. Spreaker's like, I don't know what's going on. And I think because it has HDMI on that possible adapter, that's the only thing something was weird. It completely wiped out. Spreaker would not work. So obviously I need the dongle and the adapter that works with both the OBS software for Sermons 2.0 in Church 1 and for Spreaker. So I need an adapter that works for both. Why it would work for one and not the other, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. But the Apple one possibly would work. So it's good to know that the Apple. Now the only problem is when we did the test a little while ago, the adapter, the little receiver felt like it was 150 degrees. So I don't know if the Apple one works right. The Apple one, like if you're using an Apple device, well, I'm not using an Apple device for this microphone. This is not an Apple made microphone that I'm using, but it has no problem with this. Nothing is hot. Everything's just normal temperature. So, the microphone that we use for broadcasting works well. So, all right. I think we're good to go. I know it's a big waste of time, 15 minutes of my life, but I just needed to make sure I just needed to know that I've at least got everything back to normal here, and that all I need is to have Amazon deliver the package, open it up, take it, plug in the receiver to the microphone, into the adapter into the computer, turn on the computer, and broadcast, and not have a problem. And hopefully we will accomplish that on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we'll see what we're going to do. Losing tonight. Basically I'm down 2 hours. The whole goal tonight was to come home going, okay, that's 3 hours of teaching. Whew, good. Then tomorrow I can do whatever I want and get a little rest. But now I'm 2 hours down of teaching. So, yeah, that's not good. Now it's just frustrating. But all right. So there we go. Thank you. very much. I don't know what else to say. Thanks to the people who provided feedback. I'm greatly appreciative of that feedback. And yeah, we're good to go. Thanks for listening. Everyone have a great night. God bless.